I'm sharing this from a throwaway account because I can't attach this to my main one. I'm Layla, 25. I have a 2-year-old son, Jonah, from a previous relationship. Right after giving birth, I opted for a long-term birth control method, Nexplanon, which is inserted into the arm and lasts for 3 years. Fast forward to now. I'm engaged to Ryan, 27. Recently, he told me he wanted to start a family. I told him I wanted that too, just not yet. I explained that I'd remove my implant after the full 3 years and wouldn't replace it. But that wasn't soon enough for him. He wanted me pregnant now. We argued. I told him that Jonah already sees him as a father and we already have a child we're raising together. That didn't seem to matter. Ryan snapped. He shouted that Jonah wasn't his, and that looking at him just reminded him of my ex. He said he didn't feel connected to Jonah at all. His words broke something in me, but I was too drained to argue anymore. I went to bed after taking my prescribed sleeping medication, a strong dose that usually knocks me out for the night. While I was asleep, I felt fingers pressing on my upper arm, right where the implant is. Half awake, I told him to stop poking me. I assumed he was being childish after our fight. But then I felt pressure, sharp, intentional pressure, right on the implant site. I forced my eyes open and saw Ryan holding something in his other hand. A box cutter. Heart pounding, I asked what he was doing. He looked startled and immediately began spinning excuses. I was checking on you. I was just joking. It's a coincidence. But when I demanded the truth, he finally admitted that he had planned to cut the implant out himself. He said he'd researched how to do it and thought he could do it safely. He claimed he was helping me, that we didn't need to wait to start our family. I was horrified. I screamed at him to get away from me and leave. He looked stunned, then left the room. Minutes later, I heard the front door close. 3 hours passed. He hadn't returned. I was terrified. I called my mom, who immediately told me to come stay with her. I packed up Jonah and left that night. Ryan had never acted this way before. He'd always been gentle and kind, especially with Jonah. That's what makes this harder. I kept hoping he'd wake up the next day and realize how wrong he was. But there's no apology big enough to erase what he did. Update. At 7 a.m., Ryan began flooding my phone with calls, texts, and voicemails, asking where I was and when I'd be back. I ignored him. Then he called my mom. She answered and told him she hadn't heard from me since last night. He acted panicked, pretending he had no idea what went wrong. No mention of the fight. No mention of the box cutter. My mom hugged me as I silently cried. When she asked what I wanted to do next, I said I was done. He helped me contact the police. Unfortunately, because Ryan hadn't actually cut me, the situation became a he said, she said. But the officer advised me to file for an emergency protection order, an ex parte. That same day, we notified my landlord, closed my utility accounts, and started packing. I didn't want to leave anything of mine behind. My brothers offered to help move everything to storage. We scheduled a civil standby, police presence just in case Ryan returned. Later that evening, I was told the judge granted the ex parte. Ryan would soon be served and I wouldn't have to see him again until our court date. I marked the box to have the restraining order renewed annually. But Ryan didn't take it well. After being served, he posted a photo of the legal documents on Facebook, tagging me and even revealing personal details. A mutual friend sent me screenshots. I reported it and my lawyer filed a motion for contempt. The judge scheduled an emergency hearing. Ryan showed up alone. My lawyer sat beside me and spoke on my behalf. The judge warned Ryan, if he mentioned me or my son again, he'd be jailed 24 hours for every offense. He was also ordered to pay my legal fees. We returned with family and police to retrieve our belongings. Anything we'd bought together, I left. The rest went into 2 separate storage units with locked gates and 24/7 security. Ryan's parents finally opened my message, but didn't reply. I don't know how to talk to them about what happened. I worry, could this behavior have been triggered by a breakdown? Could something be seriously wrong with him? Final thoughts for now. Some people have questioned why I didn't leave immediately when he said those cruel things about my son. The truth is, I didn't think he meant them. I was in shock. And part of me kept hoping the man I loved would return. But I've learned words matter. Intentions matter. And so does trust. What he did crossed a line I can't unsee. I'm scared still. I've changed locks, warned Jonah's daycare, and my mom is installing security cameras. But I'm also overwhelmed with gratitude, for my mom, my brothers, and everyone supporting me. I'm doing my best to keep Jonah's world stable while I rebuild ours. It still feels surreal, like something out of a twisted dream. But I know now I did the right thing.